it's a pretty short video, but it's kind of like a follow-up or an update on the NTE situation that we covered. I want to say yes. Yeah, it was yesterday. I'm not old enough to be forgetting shit like this, chat. But yeah. So this is an update on that. The developers put out a statement.
The new gacha game,
Let's see.
Everness, has officially responded to the Iron Mouse and English VA controversy that we talked about yesterday. So if you're out of the loop on this topic, please consider watching yesterday's video to get all the context.
Yeah, but so for anybody that might not have been keeping up with this, the TLDR of it is basically Neverness to Everness is this new gacha game. It's basically like Genshin Impact and GTA had a baby. And they were doing a sponsor with Iron Mouse, and then people found out that they used AI to, generate like background assets like billboards and stuff like that. People freaked out about it on Twitter. Iron Mouse saw that, and then she came out on stream and said that, she was told that there wasn't any AI being used in the game. And, that sort of kicked off this whole, anti-AI versus, pro-AI debate. And, it's a big fucking mess. And to me, it just seems like a bunch of virtue signaling, right? In my opinion, and I still hold this opinion, if the AI thing didn't blow up the way it did, Iron Mouse would not have said a goddamn thing. She would have done the sponsor, gotten her check, and fucked off. That's just my opinion.
That in the description for you. And that takes us to the official statement. NTE writes, Dear
I did see this on Twitter.
For the feedback, it matters to us. Neverness to Everness is built on human creativity. The characters, stories, and world you experience are the work of artists, writers, and designers. AI-assisted tools were used only on a small number of background and environmental assets, not on the characters or stories that define this game. We're already reviewing and reworking the flagged assets like Clear Skies in Summer and Pink Paws Heist. Your feedback shapes this game, so please keep it coming. We're listening, and we're committed to delivering the quality that you deserve. Sincerely, the NTE team. The statement already getting 2.5 million views and 23,000 likes. We got a lot of very based people here in the responses. I'm not going to read too much of this. We'll wrap this up in a second. But as you can see, a lot of people are concerned that NTE has bent the knee to the Twitter police types of people on social media that were...
Yeah, that was more or less my, comment on it. I saw the statement from the developers and I quoted it on Twitter, and basically what I said was like, I don't like that they're bending the knee to the Twitter police about the fucking AI assets, but I mean, if they're gonna replace the AI assets with human-made assets, cool, thumbs up, whatever, right? I never really gave a shit about them generating those AI assets that, aren't really that important to begin with. They're just kind of background stuff to, make the environment more lively, right? Just little quality of life stuff that you're really not going to notice unless you're paying really close attention to that background stuff and, going out of your way. And, it's just like, sure, cool how you're going to make a bunch of man-made assets, but I would have preferred it if you didn't bend the knee to these people, because then they're just going to feel empowered. And you never want to make the Twitter police empowered.
Complaining about this issue, and I totally understand that sentiment. As you guys know, I have for years criticized the pathetic performative Twitter police types of people and how obnoxious they are. However, I am completely white-pilled on this news. The Twitter police, they still look obnoxious with how they went about this, and how many of them are walking contradictions. This is a dub for gamers and for Neverness to Everness itself, though, because some of those AI assets legitimately did look bad. And if they're being replaced with better assets, that's going to be a clear upgrade. For example, they talk about reviewing and reworking a flagged asset in Pink Paws Heist. That's in reference to this TV animation that we talked about yesterday. Now, this isn't a huge deal, but it did come off as cheap. Like, the AI didn't even look good. It looked uncanny and janky.
Yeah.
So the devs upgrading this animation should be a clear improvement. Lastly, It's good how their statement points out that the AI use was only a tiny fraction, and that the great majority of the work on this game was by real people.
Yeah, which we already knew, by the way. We already knew from yesterday that was the case, right? We already knew that they didn't use AI. AI wasn't a massive part of doing this, making this game, right? And people claiming that it was, and they were just fucking lying, right? The AI was used for very small things, very, very. It was not a significant, I guess, tool, right?
That's a good statement because too many of the critics yesterday completely disregarded all of the work put into this game over a few examples of AI use.
Yep.
So it's a good move by the devs. I view this as a dub. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you for tuning in. As always, appreciate you. Have a great week, and I'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, I personally, I think I would take it as a dub. A dub as well. I mean, like I said, I would have preferred it if you didn't bend the knee, but I mean, if you're gonna replace the AI assets with human-made assets, that's also cool, right? I'm fully in support of that, right? I support human-made art, right? Just as I don't really give a shit about AI art, I also 100% support human-made art. But yeah, I mean, I would say overall, I guess it's like a lukewarm positive ending, right? I would say it's a lukewarm W as far as this situation goes, but yeah, I mean, good for them. I do appreciate developers that listen to the community's criticism, right? I always appreciate that.